Imagine a quiet, charming property tucked away along an inlet in Wareham. It has great bones and a peaceful view, yet for weeks it just sat on the market, completely ignored by buyers. Ground-level photography prioritizes the architecture, but it often leaves out the surrounding lifestyle, the very context that makes a coastal property valuable in the first place. When potential buyers look at those flat, isolated images, they can't picture their daily life there. So they keep scrolling, passing up listings that might be the exact fit for their needs. If you are selling a coastal property or a rural home, the location is just as important as the structure itself. Relying strictly on ground photos means you are hiding your biggest assets. To see how much of a difference perspective makes, we can look at a recent listing on Cape Cod. This chart tracks initial engagement. For its first stretch, performance was completely flat, averaging a stagnant 18 views per day. Then, the seller uploaded aerial photos. Instantly, daily views shot up to 63. Saves doubled, and within 48 hours, showing requests poured in. What exactly are these overhead shots revealing that makes buyers react so quickly? By elevating the camera, the listing stops being a static record of a building and becomes a clear, highly desirable lifestyle proposition. Take a rural property with significant acreage, like a 5-acre lot in Middleboro. From the driveway, it is incredibly difficult for a buyer to grasp the true scale of the land. Ground-level lenses compress distance. Expansive fields and deep tree lines end up looking flat and confusing, making it impossible to see where the property actually ends. This visualization introduces spatial context. Drone photography maps out the land in a single frame, separating the home's footprint from the woods. Buyers can reliably identify practical uses, like a privacy buffer or buildable space, long before they schedule a tour. For larger properties, getting a camera in the air is a strictly necessary tool for proving the actual value of the land. This spatial mapping is equally critical along the coast in Buzzards Bay or Onset Bay. Waterfront real estate relies entirely on its environment. An aerial perspective immediately answers a buyer's most pressing questions. It shows the exact placement of a private dock, how the tides interact with the property line, and the angle of the morning sunrise. This radius map illustrates the neighborhood layout. A drone shot clearly pinpoints how short the travel distances are to nearby marinas, local beaches, and the commuter rail. If you are preparing to sell, you need to evaluate your property's footprint. If you have waterfront access, expansive acreage, or immediate proximity to key local amenities, your listing demands this elevated view. Mapping out these connections shifts the focus from selling an isolated building to selling a highly desirable, interconnected lifestyle hub. While the data spike from Cape Cod is impressive, its primary function is to surface highly qualified buyers rather than simply increasing the view count. This diagram illustrates how the aerial layout acts as a visual filter. It actively discourages casual browsers who would arrive at a showing only to realize the lot size or neighborhood density doesn't work for them. By laying out all the spatial facts up front, you prevent wasted time on the weekends. The only people requesting showings are serious buyers who already understand the land layout and approve of it. Effectively, these images serve as a rigorous, automated pre-qualification process, making the entire sales cycle vastly more efficient. This creates a much healthier dynamic when buyers actually walk through the door. Because they've seen the full footprint from above, they arrive with zero misconceptions about the property. That clarity has a direct financial consequence. Smoother in-person showings lead to a higher frequency of strong, confident offers, which ultimately maximizes the seller's return on investment. Executing this effectively requires a professional visual strategy. Real estate experts like Lou Corcoran utilize these tools, specifically to ensure the imagery delivers dependable clarity, pre-qualified buyers, and a higher ROI. Providing a total perspective of the land ensures that a property stands out, tells its complete story, and sells with significantly greater efficiency.